How's it going, guys? So there's a lot of broken stuff in Neverwinter, right? Always has been, always will be. And it's perfectly valid that people ask about things being broken fairly often. Even though a lot of things are broken in the game, and I mean a lot, there's also a lot of things that aren't broken, that people seem to talk about and spread around saying otherwise. I confused myself a little bit there. But basically, this isn't new. For years, people have said, this thing is broken and doesn't work, or this thing is only a group-wide buff, and things like that, when you can test it to show that what people are spreading just isn't true, easily. I'm about to do a few videos in this series that hopefully I'll keep adding to, basically to address some of these things that people either ask about or talk about being broken. So I can try to clear some things up and hopefully show you guys how you can test it yourself in the future to not get bamboozled by the rumors. This first set of items I want to talk about is something I use a lot in my builds and many other tanks use as well, which is the 2 pairs of boots that give tank bonuses when you're hit by a crit. These ones here are the Wisps of the Shadow Demon, which have a 10% chance when being hit by a crit to give you 20% HP and 3% defense, and these ones are the Slips of the Rain, which by the same mechanic can give you 10% crit avoid and 5% power. Both of these are very strong and stable items for tanks, since we can get very good uptime on these bonuses, as we usually get hit by crits a lot. First big thing to note about these that people have asked recently, and pretty much since the first ones came out in Avernus. These bonuses do activate by being hit by crit heals, which massively improves their uptime in general, as you are always being hit by crit heals in group content. Granted, your healer actually knows how to build their character. In single target fights such as trials or boss fights, this will probably be your biggest contributor to proccing the bonus. I notice often that when I'm first loading into a fight, the first heal I'm hit by when Ava casts Healing Word procs the boots bonus, which to me shows that something funky is going on in the background, giving those crit heals way higher than a 10% chance to the bonus. You can never trust those percentages in Neverwinter, that's one thing to always question in my opinion. Looking at you, Flash Freeze. The next thing to show here is another bit of a rumor people bring up, which is that the boots have a cooldown timer and only work every 30 seconds or have a 10-second downtime or something like that, which got brought up a few times recently. I'm not sure where this idea comes from exactly, but I just went to fight some mobs and you can clearly see that the bonus can immediately activate again right after it wears off. The only thing here being that it doesn't seem to refresh the bonus. It has to wear off before it can proc again. This works with both pairs of boots. Obviously, the deal with this and why people might think that these have a cooldown is if they are fighting bosses who don't hit them very often, meaning the uptime is probably going to be pretty low, since in a pack of mobs you get hit about 15 times in one go, with each of those hits having a chance to activate it. But that's where the heals come in to make up for the lower uptime in trials or boss fights. There is one thing that I question about these boots that I didn't test completely, and if it comes up as an issue in the future, I will revisit it. Back when we were running Zariel, and the new stat rework came into the game, there was an issue that someone brought up that reaching 90% crit avoid did something weird. Instead of it just reducing all hits to have 0 crit severity, the game just converted all the hits to be non-crits instead. This is something that would possibly affect the chances of these bonuses proccing, but honestly it's not something that you'll come across too often, having 90% crit avoid on your character without the 10% from the Slips of the Rain, meaning you'll be at 80 anyway until you had the bonus up. If by some rework crit avoidance becomes the main stat to focus on our tanks or something like that, this might be something to look into. I'll be doing more of these shorter videos focusing on these item bonuses or rumors about items or powers in the game coming up. So I hope this gives you guys an idea of how I'll do the videos and also pushes some of you to check things out for yourself in game when you hear about broken stuff. Stay safe guys, and thanks for watching.